Irrespective of your efforts or the process, the outcome may not be the same because motivation is short-lived and discipline lives longer. Hence, it is important to make a sustainable diet. Hi, welcome to a brand new video which is not a part of a playlist. In this video, we'll be discussing about how can you make your keto diet sustainable. I'll not be punching in some facts here. I'm not going to put in some studies here. I would just simply tell you my experience of how did I make my keto diet sustainable. So the sustainability of a diet is something which will stay with you for the rest of your life. The reason being why, because when you try to make something sustainable, you would be able to stick to it for a longer period of time. It's just like how you would develop a habit. Now, no matter how and what you have heard about keto, if you want to know more, check out the entire playlist so that you know more about keto. But when you're adapting to keto, there is a point which comes between the first month or the second month that you think that should I do this or should I not do this? And that's where the question comes in, that what kind of food are you eating? What is happening with you? What results are you achieving? And this is what is very important for anyone to define a sustainable diet. My definition of a sustainable diet is that something which you get into and you know how to get out of keto. Like you should know the reverse plan, you should know what is your plan B after this. The second major factor is that you should be enjoying your food. And the third one is that you should socialize, because we are social beings. We don't meet somebody in the middle of the road, right? So we would want to ensure that we can eat out, we can have some options. The fourth thing is, you can say fat loss, that okay, yeah, you want some inch loss or weight loss because you are adapting to a ketogenic diet. However, keto is not something which is just for fat loss, it is for anti-inflammatory benefits. It helps you to adapt to this metabolic state, which I've said earlier and which I'll keep speaking for the rest of my videos. The last thing which is about sustainability is that you should not be finding it like a punishment. Just like how you get up in the morning, by default you go and brush your teeth. It has become a habit, right? So you should have a habit which helps you to ensure that, okay, whatever I'm doing is something which is not like a punishment for me. Now, sustainability of a diet depends upon two factors. Number one is intrinsic motivation. Number two is extrinsic motivation. It is also called as internal motivation and external motivation. So we'll be discussing about internal motivation first. I'll speak about 3 points about internal motivation and external motivation. Also, this is just a gist of my sustainability. For knowing more facts, there's going to be another detailed video also. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like this video, share this with your friends. This may actually help someone, any one of us who's been a part of the keto community and we are not finding it sustainable to adapt to keto. So firstly, internal motivation. Now, internal motivation has 3 topics to it. One is how motivated do you get when you see your progress? Like this is about your self anchors, which are say anchors to your motivation. That okay, now I've lost certain inches, I have certain clothes which I'm wearing, my friends, they appreciate it. A lot of us, what we do is we don't acknowledge compliments very easily. We feel bad about things that when people point out, oh, you're looking fat. She said that I'm looking fat. He said that I'm looking fat. But the problem is when you start acknowledging. So no matter somebody who texts you, somebody who tells you something, pick up that moment, write a note in your phone and remember that, okay, this day, this person told me that I'm looking better. This day, this particular attire is what I could fit in. This day, I could find these changes in my body. This day, my blood reports were better. Because this internal motivation is something which you can always bank upon. What do I do here? I sell keto. What do I sell keto for? About my journey, where I was 117 kgs and I came down to in my 70s and how I have been on keto for so long. 90% of the people, when they started following Ketorets, they wanted to adapt to a ketogenic lifestyle because they were inspired with my journey. Where is your journey? Where are you documenting it? Are you obsessed about your pictures? So this is the first thing, which is about internal motivation. How do you anchor yourself to positive aspects of life? Second major point about internal motivation is realistic goals. At times, what we want to achieve is the sky is the limit. You feel that, okay, you're going to hard work, you're going to put your efforts, put your, everything which you know, and you expect some outcome which is equivalent to somebody else's journey. So realistic approach is very important because the moment when you stop comparing yourself, you will have a realistic approach. If a person who's lost 40 kgs, that was his or her timeline. And you have your own timeline as well, right? So you will have to not compare two timelines together. Just an example, I say, okay, you earn money. Why are you not Mr. Adani or why are you not Mr. Ambani? Why are you not the richest person in the world? Because you earn money, right? You should be the richest person in the world. Now you may look up and you would be demotivated, but you will have to check your own realistic goals. When was the last time you were 10 kgs down? When was the last time you could fit in that dress? What was your, say, wedding gown which you want to fit in again, which you want to try it again? And how do you keep your old clothes and how do you keep yourself motivated? That is what matters a lot with realistic approach. So realistic approach is interlinked with your motivational anchors. When you get motivated, you will have some realistic approach. This connects you to the third point. It's about open to a new change. You may be aware about this, that I don't promote the idea of I know my body. You know nothing about your body, you only have some history, you only understand how your body functions, what you like eating, you only know very superficial things about your body. Your body is going to surprise you every 5 years, every 3 years your body composition is going to change. So you have to have that learning curve which helps you to learn more about what you can do and how you can do. Keto is not just the one thing which you can actually apply and you think that okay, you're going to lose fat. There are 10 other things which you can try. So it's not about what is your recipe which is going to help you, lose fat. It is about how open are you in learning these new factors? How open are you in learning new facts? How open are you in learning new terminologies? If you're still with that concept that I'm going to eat calorie in and calorie out, the last time when BMR, basal metabolic rate, was refreshed, or it was an equation which was again recalculated, was in 1990s. So please understand, you have to read more, educate yourself, and you have to have that learning curve to ensure that you're internally motivated, because this learning curve is linked directly with your realistic goals. When you have that learning curve, you will have some realistic goals which you may achieve. That will help you to click better pictures and you'll be motivated. This is an internal way of getting motivated and making your keto diet sustainable. Apart from that, okay, how many meals you should eat, what your menu planning you have to do, this is something slightly philosophical. Coming to another point, which is the second topic of the video, extrinsic motivation, external motivation. How do we get motivated from other people? Number one, you have to seek no validation from somebody else. The biggest mistake which we actually make is tell somebody about a keto diet. Now you all know, and even I also know this, people want to give us free piece of advice about our career, relationship and diet. This is absolutely complimentary. They would tell you, oh, you're on keto, doesn't seem like. Oh, you have been on keto, you'll die, you will have some problems. This is where you are getting externally demotivated. So how do you get some external motivation? Try to find that one friend or that family member who appreciates your efforts. Share those pictures with that friend, or try to find a coach who pushes you towards what you're going through. See, it's very simple to cry over spilt milk. Okay, oh, I've gained all the weight again, now I'm going to do nothing about it. Your external motivation is really important, because when you get motivated from external sources, they're short-lived. Internal motivation is much more, but then when you have short-lived motivation, this will help you to ensure that okay, yeah, I have a positive mindset. So firstly, do not tell people about your diet. Only selective people should know that you're on keto. They should know about your progress, they should know about your weight, they should know about your measurements, they should know about your blood parameters. These are selective people. It may not be your family member who is very, very open to this. It may not be your immediate family. You will have to find that one person who externally motivates you. The second thing about external motivation is step out and don't be socially awkward. While you're going through a fat loss journey, don't try to surprise people that I'm going to lose 40 kgs and then I'll step out. This is what I also thought, when I started my keto journey, that I'll just step out when I feel that, I have reached my ideal goals. The problem was that when you meet people, they would tell you what is happening with you. They would appreciate it. And you need that appreciation in between as well, right? Because it's a journey. It's not just one phase of your life that you're going to get in keto and get out of keto and you'll be able to lose fat. You need people to also validate your efforts. You need people to also tell you that your end outcome is worthy enough. But remember this, they will never value your efforts, they will never value your process, they will only value your end outcome. This is just like how we have the simple education system, that there's an exam. Pass hua, fail hua. Farak hi nahi padta usne kitna pada. It doesn't matter how your mental space was. So when you have this external motivation through a person, try to step out, meet people, but don't tell them about your keto diet. Again, this is interlinked how internal motivation is, that the second point is interlinked to the first point here as well. The third point of external motivation is being skeptical. Now, how do you not become skeptical about a diet? How do you not get scared of stepping out? And that way you will be motivated at one point of time. When you try to maintain your keto diet throughout a trip, there are going to be people who are going to point out, kudos to you, you could manage it. You were able to manage keto during your wedding. Wow. How do you do this? How do you get this kind of discipline? Now this is linked with first, second and third of external motivation, and this is also linked with your internal motivation, because it is never ever outside in, it is inside out, that you have to be motivated internally and then only you'll get some external motivation. So what happens now when you tell this person about your progress and he or she is very positive about your progress, it tells you good things about it. Second thing is, when you socialize so much, when you meet your friends, when you step out, when you post pictures on your social media, you're so open about it. And the third thing is, you're not scared of stepping out. You're not scared of planning a trip. You're not scared of a specific wedding. The first thought is not that how will I manage my diet? It is about, okay, whatever it is, I'll take it. I'll try my best. If I have to give up at that point of time because of uncertain circumstances, I will, but I'll manage it. And when you try to do these three things together, there's a lot of external motivation which you will get. And eventually when you start losing fat, when you start getting results on keto, when you start getting substantial results on keto and people start realizing, trust me, this is the reason why people want to take a piece of advice from me. After just 1.5 years of adapting to keto, I started telling them how to adapt to keto. That was like very less of experience for my own personal journey, right? And that was very, you can say, limited experience of what exactly I can do. So these are few factors about, internal motivation and external motivation which can make your keto diet sustainable. You will be really happy with including a lot of recipes. You will also include a lot of, food, a lot of things, a lot of patterns, but motivation, which is from internally and externally, is going to help you to ensure that you have some discipline, because you're always trying to work on a reward-based system, and this is going to make your keto diets more sustainable. Found this useful? Don't forget to like the video, share this with your friends, subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry for making a video which is not with a lot of facts, but this is something which is a heart-to-heart conversation. And this is Rahul Kamra signing off.